Welcome to Hollywood. In this video, we are going to celebrate the dazzling charm and timeless allure of the 20 most handsome biracial actors of old Hollywood, men who not only captivated the silver screen with their talent but also broke barriers with their unique heritage. From romantic leads to dramatic powerhouses, these stars brought charisma, mystery, and beauty to every frame. They were pioneers in an industry that often tried to define them narrowly, but they left their mark by embracing every part of who they were. 1. Freddie Prinze. Freddie Prinze, best known for his role on Chico and the Man, was of Puerto Rican and German descent. He had a boyish charm, soulful eyes, and comedic timing that made him a breakout television star in the 1970s. His tragic death at just 22 only intensified his legendary status. 2. Merle Oberon. Though often cast as a British aristocrat, Merle Oberon was of mixed South Asian and Maori descent, born in India. With her luminous skin and enigmatic screen presence, she dazzled in films like Wuthering Heights 1939 and The Scarlet Pimpernel. Her biracial identity was kept hidden for much of her career. 3. Dean Paul Martin. Son of crooner Dean Martin and Mexican-American beauty Jean Beager, Dean Paul Martin inherited his father's movie star looks. He was a golden boy of the 1970s, a tennis star, Air Force pilot, and actor. Though more associated with New Hollywood, his roots were undeniably classic. 4. Ramon Navarro. A silent-era heartthrob, Ramon Navarro was of Mexican and Spanish descent. He starred in Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ 1925, and was considered a rival to Rudolph Valentino. His smoldering good looks and magnetic gaze made him a major box office draw. 5. Bobby Driscoll. The voice of Disney's Peter Pan and a child actor in Song of the South, Bobby Driscoll was of mixed German, Cherokee, and African American descent. His all-American boy next door appearance masked a deeply complex personal history, cut short tragically by addiction and an early death. 6. Harry Belafonte. An icon of music, activism, and cinema, Harry Belafonte was of Jamaican and Scottish descent. With sharp features, an athletic build, and undeniable charisma, he brought sensual sophistication to classics like Carmen Jones and Island in the Sun. Belafonte redefined what it meant to be a leading man. 7. Paul Muni. Often remembered for his transformative roles and intense performances, Paul Muni was born to a Jewish family but often played characters of different ethnic backgrounds. Rumors of mixed ancestry followed him throughout his career due to his chameleon-like appearance and strong facial features. 8. Louis Jordan. Though French by nationality, Louis Jordan had ancestry that included North African roots. His suave sophistication in films like Gigi, 1958, and Letter from an Unknown Woman made him a favorite of old Hollywood. His striking jawline and gentlemanly charm defined a generation of romantic cinema. 9. John Gavin. Best known for roles in Psycho and Imitation of Life, John Gavin was of Mexican and Irish descent. He had the classic movie star look, tall, dark, and handsome. He later served as the U.S. ambassador to Mexico, reflecting pride in his biracial heritage. 10. Cesar Romero. A perennial playboy in the original Joker on the 1960s Batman series, Cesar Romero was of Cuban and Spanish descent. With his tall frame, wavy hair, and debonair mustache, he brought Latin charm to dozens of classic films in the 1930s and 1940s. 11. Anthony Quinn. Born in Mexico to Irish and Mexican parents, Anthony Quinn was the rugged face of ethnic masculinity in mid-century cinema. His commanding presence lit up classics like Zorba the Greek, La Strada, and Lawrence of Arabia. His piercing eyes and powerful build made him unforgettable. 12. Raul Julia. Though rising to fame a little later than the Golden Age, Raul Julia deserves mention. Of Puerto Rican descent, He had the kind of bone structure, regal bearing, and classic charisma that would have made him a star in any era. His work in Kiss of the Spider Woman and the Addams Family proves his versatility and appeal. 13. Turhan Bey. With Turkish and Czech Jewish ancestry, Turhan Bey was dubbed the Turkish Delight in the 1940s. He was a favorite in exotic-themed adventure films opposite Maria Montez and other glamour stars. His mysterious features and Eastern mystique captivated audiences worldwide. 14. Sal Mineo. Of Sicilian and Lebanese descent, Sal Mineo was a sensitive, misunderstood icon of the 1950s. He rose to fame in Rebel Without a Cause, playing the tragic Plato opposite James Dean. With his brooding eyes and heartthrob looks, he became a teen idol and queer icon. 15. Billy D. Williams. Billy D. Williams's soft-spoken elegance and beautiful features made him a star in the 1970s and beyond, but his early career in the 1950s and 60s built his legend. With African American and West Indian roots, he brought suave sophistication to roles like Lady Sings the Blues in Mahogany. 16. Pedro Armendariz. Of Mexican and American descent, Pedro Armendariz starred in both Mexican and Hollywood films. His roles in From Russia with Love, Fort Apache, and The Fugitive made him a powerful screen presence. With his commanding voice and intense stare, he was a standout figure of classic cinema. 17. James Shigeta. James Shigeta was of Japanese and Hawaiian descent. Handsome, debonair, and confident, he was a romantic lead at a time when Asian men were rarely cast in such roles. He starred in Flower Drum Song and Bridge to the Sun, breaking barriers with quiet strength and sophistication. 18. Bobby Troup. Though best known as a jazz musician, Bobby Troup had a quietly effective screen presence. Of mixed heritage, including African American roots that were not publicly emphasized during his era, Troup brought easygoing charm to both television and film roles, often alongside his wife, Julie London. 19. Eric Estrada. Though a later-era star, Eric Estrada began his acting career in the early 1970s. Of Puerto Rican descent, he became a household name on Chips, but his good looks and chiseled jawline had all the qualities of an old Hollywood leading man. His heritage and heartthrob status made him a lasting symbol of Latino charm. 20. Ricardo Montalban. A Mexican actor of Spanish descent, Ricardo Montalban was one of the first Latin stars to gain consistent leading roles in Hollywood. With his deep voice, expressive eyes, and striking good looks, he starred in films like Latin Lovers and later achieved iconic status on Fantasy Island. He balanced old-world elegance with new-world charm. And there you have it, 20 of the most handsome biracial actors of old Hollywood, each one a trailblazer in his own right. Whether their heritage was hidden, celebrated, or controversial, these men left an indelible mark on cinema with their beauty, talent, and courage. Who was your favorite on the list? Did we miss someone you think deserves to be here? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey through classic Hollywood's most fascinating faces, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive into film history. Thanks for watching Hollywood World. Until next time, keep the spotlight shining.